What's up? How's the NFTs going?
NFTs are going great.
NFTs are back.
Are we back?
NFTs. We've been saying now for weeks
Yeah, for real.
that NFTs are building momentum. We said January. I think we've preempted January at this point. I think we can all agree that, we're starting a month early. But no,
Dude, Pudgy's at 33
back.
ETH is crazy.
Right?
I mean, it's gonna drop tomorrow. So
I thought 23 ETH they were overcooked.
It was down to 28
Jeez.
today, I think, for a little bit. People they sell right now. Fast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
they had a great week.
we
Low
back?
Pudgies as well. Really, the 30 days.
Let's take a look at the breakdown. We have lots to cover. No matter which way you look, we're seeing a lot of green. Pretty awesome. Let's get into it. I changed it. I had to make this layout of the slides
bigger. That's why
bigger.
You look taller. That's why your NFT guy looks skinnier, bro.
My NFT guy looks skinnier.
Like, go back one slide.
Oh, he lost weight. Did he?
Go back a slide.
Bro, he went on a diet.
Look at him. He's hella skinny now.
He's yoked though. Like he been in the gym.
He's a little stretched out, right? So yeah, he's got skinny. I wish I could follow my NFT guy and cut a few pounds. Just gotta grow taller, I guess. I mean, that's the way. Yeah, I mean, there's lots going on. I also split out NFTs to look a little easier to read on the way I have it. But I mean, earlier this morning we had Bitcoin all-time high. The Tuesday flip did occur, which is absolutely excellent. It was hard to look at it. It was in a kind of this ascending triangle, kind of breaking out, but then almost breaking down in this kind of weird spot. I think we all tagged it as we were expecting to be up this time next week. I was the most indecisive. Eventually siding with you guys, but I was looking at maybe chop to maybe up. But overall, I think we called it pretty well that Bitcoin up from where it was last week, which quite honestly, an excellent entry point in the short term here. And the narrative continues super strong on Bitcoin with all kinds of discussion on who's jumping in, who's getting on board, etc. So Bitcoin is looking like it's going to be made great again, thanks to the Trump administration and everyone else. So that's awesome. Thanks. You were going to say something quickly?
Yeah, I missed out on so much money. I paper handed some Bitcoin options. I had a shit ton of Bitcoin options, and I missed out. I could have been balling right now.
When the market is trending up and in the up, your best bet is to get it and hold it and just keep holding. It's so hard not to overtrade or get jeeted on certain moves, etc. The 100K mark too is such a, if we rejected 100K and fell down and got trapped under there for months, it wouldn't be all that surprising given where it is. Or the idea of just hitting 100K and ripping past it is also very likely, just given the exposure 100K Bitcoin provides. I think it just legitimizes Bitcoin in so many ways, and I think that's what we're starting to see now, is that Bitcoin is a true asset store value, one that looks to challenge gold in its overall store value kind of asset quality. So it's really there. Hype and virtuals lead the alt side of things. Everything across the board is mostly green, so there's lots looking good there. Virtuals on the side of both kind of like AI play type ideas. BlackRock suggests 2% Bitcoin portfolio allocation. This was actually last week. I just left it in because I thought it was pretty important. I think this whole allocation, you're going to see it in all kinds of different aspects. I'm not sure about companies doing it. I think they're not in the business of investing per se. They're in the business of trying to preserve capital and and grow their business. Tyler, you had something to add in there?
Yeah, bro. I was actually listening to a podcast from Michael Saylor, and he mentioned something about the 2% allocation. He said it's kind of funny, like 2%. He said it's probably something more like to work it into their customers so they get used to hearing it. He's like, but 2%. He's like, he's like, why even put any? I just thought it was funny. I think it's good for exposure, obviously, but Michael Saylor brought Bitcoin Maxi to the core, so
Yeah,
it's funny
right.
to listen to him talk about some of these
Yeah.
things sometimes.
Yeah, and he's like, what is he? He's like 1,000%. Like he's levered up, just
He's
all
betting
in.
the farm on Bitcoin.
He's betting your
Yeah.
farm and my farm too. Like he's
Yeah.
he's betting everyone's farm on Bitcoin.
He's betting as much as he can.
and it seems to be working
Dude,
out.
Wild, bro.
I'm telling you right now, he's gonna be the end of this bull cycle. Right now, it's gonna be his fault for sure. It's gonna be his fault for sure. Make the clip right now. Put it on TikTok right now. It's his fault.
Why did it start?
Rugged.
Michael Saylor. Why did it end? Michael Saylor.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
For sure.
Like,
Is it just a rinse and repeat cycle every couple years? He just
Yeah.
tanks it, buys it again.
The crazy thing about like 2% is like how many people own 2% of gold?
I think
Yeah,
2%
well,
is
Gold still comes around to this day, so there's like almost an unlimited supply of gold, I feel like.
I know, but like everyone doesn't have 2%. So like if everyone had 2% of Bitcoin, where does that get to
I
in
think
terms of
people normally
asset
do, like-
valuation?
people do like weird, like normal people don't have the right portfolio construction in reality.
True. Well, and it's
I've looked
also
at my
tied up in
parents.
401ks and all that kind of stuff, and how those allocations are kind of done too, right?
It's like even if they follow like a 60-40 bond to equity split, like you'd be beating like 90% of all retail investors with portfolios because like it's so balanced. Probably not now because the equities are running so hot, but even adding like 1%, 2% Bitcoin is not going to change anything. I think it's just limiting risk.
Crazy. Yeah. So Gary V, he's back. We heard about it in our group chat there that he was loading up. He was going hard. He had a 100 ETH wallet ready to take some shots. Bought a lot, did a lot of sweeping on the VFriend side of things, and then he made an NFT purchase. My understanding is he just made the one NFT purchase, at least the one that made headlines, and that he bought Cool Cats.
He bought Sappy Seals.
He bought Sappy Seals as well.
He bought a shit ton of other. She bought a lot of NFTs over the weekend.
Okay. The only one that I heard was the Cool Cats. I wasn't sure if it was just like this one magical buy and that was it. But like, some people would say, "Oh, that's a top signal." It's not. I mean, Gary V.
Top signal.
Gary V was early to NFTs in the first place. This cycle is just getting kicked off. If this is the top of this cycle's NFT run, then something went horrible with Pudgy Penguins in 12 hours from now.
Dude, even the Pudgy rods
right?
are at 1.8 ETH.
Yeah, right. So Gary V knows how to time things. He's getting a good deal on great entries, or he's getting however the saying goes, right? Like he's entering, maybe not right at the early stages or anything like that, but he's entering at a good time. Cool Cats, Sappy Seals, Dead Fellas, you name it, VFriends, these collections that were stars in the end of 2021. Those are the collections that you don't want to forget about, even if they're no longer blue chips. I think those are ones that are all going to make a difference. And then the current leaders as well. And then, you'll also want to scrape back to collections that were early part of 2022 that, may have done well, may have not hit the market at the peak bull market per se, but have performed well. Across the board is where you're going to see success, etc. You're going to get these pumps and these various amounts, and it's going to be hard to predict, etc. So it's you look at it, you look for what's lagging and that kind of thing. And Cool Cats is a really good example of that. A project that's lagging. When you start to see Sappy and Penguins start to elevate, then same kind of similar narrative. The cute narrative kind of plays into Cool Cats. Cool Cats ultimate IP, and could turn into something. Will they? Who knows, right? But an interesting one, and you really could get an interesting grab there. But so Gary V is back, and then Pudgy's 35 ETH peaked out. They're down a bit now. Pengu token launches tomorrow. My prediction is in the 3 to 5 billion FDV range, which I think would return a pretty healthy amount of airdrop allocation. I think if you see the token sub 2.5, I think it's probably a buy. But we'll have to wait and see. I mean, if it comes in at 1.5 or something low like that, then things change pretty dramatically. But if it's in anywhere in that 2.5 plus, then I think it's all quite interesting for Pudgy Penguins ecosystem, all that kind of stuff. So going to be an interesting one to see. NFT volume massive, 57 million. I think in the last, depending on what 24-hour cycle you look, you can see as high as 90 million. My chart looks at about 80, 85, 87 million in the last 24 hours. So it depends on where you look at it or what kind of cycle you look at. Try to keep these consistent, although I think I'm changing sources for this volume side of things. Sol 5.7, Ordinals 4.7. Cool Cats up 112% with the Gary V buy. That's a tongue twister. Mochaverse up 21%. Another kind of interesting one across the board. Azuki up 11%. I think Azuki's got a lot of move. If there's a collection to do the Pudgy move specifically, it's Azuki. Doodles are a little bit different. They may mirror the pre-cycle Pudgies, but in terms of doing this recent rally, etc., it's Azuki, I think. V-Friends up 109%. I mean, a Gary V token? What? That the legality of all these tokens and stuff like that all seems to be changing, and I think it opens the door for all kinds of chaos to ensue. So, any kind of that stuff, you have to open your mind to it, and it's this convergence of NFTs plus the nitro of tokens. Deadfellas up 54%. I think Deadfellas are really interesting. On the speculative kind of token side of things. Cool NFT art, etc. Not a terrible one to be stuck with. So they're kind of cool. Meme coins, Bonk up 7%, SPX up 13%, ticker Bitcoin up 9%. A little quieter on the meme coin side of things, but green nonetheless. And then the interesting one, prediction market, another 2x kind of labeled out there. Where when we looked at them, I think last Tuesday, they're up 41% probability. So like I said, a 2x probability of 110K Bitcoin by year end. I think it's fairly reasonable, priced out here at the 78%. I think, if it hits it or not, it literally could green candle tomorrow over 110K. Like that's the kind of momentum we can see on Bitcoin. But we could also just have said 106K and down. So gonna stop there. Lots going on. Already 15 minutes in. Let's get into your guys' thoughts.
Bitcoin wise, yeah, I kind of agree. If we do see anything down, I think I'd like to see us retest 100K, and I don't think we would go much deeper than that, depending on the sentiment, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think that if we do reject here, it'd be a good range to retest at. And I just like that 100K range.
And if we do see any dips right now, I think it's just liquidity flushes.
Yeah.
And it's probably not a bad idea. I don't know how easy it is to get those fill orders in there, but like put in some lower bids. If you do have some side capital, and put some lower bids in, because you're going to see that quick V kind of dump down, pulse up kind of thing. So I think 100K feels pretty safe, but a flush below that and a recovery, I think is also kind of 97K possible, and still not be at all bearish if it happens.
Yeah, I'm looking at the 4-hour chart right now. On December 5th, there was like a big wick down to 92, but in that 4 hours, it retraced back up to like 96. So kind of like a flash move down. So I could definitely see something similar like that. Wipe out some of the longs and stuff like that. Maybe some of even the sellers.
We've seen it like 3 times.
Yeah, legit.
Those wicks down, all along that ascending triangle kind of range there. Even some flashes up, right? So volatility possible still, right? Yeah, Tyler.
No, I'm with you guys, man. I actually just pulled up like a little chart. I'm looking at the amount on exchanges, bro. I mean, there is not much. I mean, it's dwindling down. I want to say the monthly rate is about like 15K. Bitcoin being mined. I might be slightly off on that, but it's, bro, MicroStrategy is just scooping it up. They're scooping it up.
The most overused expression in crypto, NFTs, etc., is supply shock. And especially when you consider the how aggressive the word shock is, right? But like, in terms of like a supply squeeze, right? Like that is certainly possible. There is limited supply of Bitcoin that's actually available for purchase, that's liquid and out on the markets right now, right? And that's gonna be probably the next real true catalyst is people are going to be trying to buy it, and it's just not there to buy, and that will move the price a lot faster than you expect.
Yep. Yeah, bro, and especially considering there's so many other like exchanges competing to be an exchange, they need to have Bitcoin, and how are they going to accumulate enough to become an exchange at this point? Like you probably don't. It'll be probably a hard game to get into, but yeah, I think just like you guys said, we're gonna see some liquidity sweeps. But I think it's gonna be a slow chopping block up, bro. Maybe we see fast moves up as Bitcoin dwindles down and big institutions start to buy. But like the big thing, right? Seeing more attention to Bitcoin, the 2% allocation from BlackRock. BlackRock manages, I think, like 13 trillion or 11 trillion. So 2% of 13 trillion gets allocated to any type of Bitcoin, physical Bitcoin, maybe not. Just depends how they're going to allocate it, whether it's through the 401ks and some stocks or what, or ETFs.
Even ETFs have to, acquire Bitcoin post purchase, right? So that'll also cause a bit of a push on supply. So
what the craziest thing was MicroStrategy getting into the NASDAQ, and then probably relatively soon the S&P 500. So now all your QQ equity purchases own some Bitcoin.
Wow. Yeah.
Like everyone owns Bitcoin now. It's like, think about how many people just blindly buy QQQ in their passive stock investment portfolio.
Yeah, own some Bitcoin now. That's interesting to think about.
That's at 2%. Right? That's like your 2% right there. That's probably Actually, I don't know how close it is. 2% is probably less, since you don't even own that much Bitcoin from MicroStrategy. But it's at least 50 basis points.
Yeah, man, it's interesting. I think Bitcoin is gonna slowly just continue up, bro. We're gonna see some movements, obviously, with its cycles, but as supply gets closer and closer, bro, to running low, because I think there's like 2.4 million, which is a lot, but again, it's spread across multiple places, multiple exchanges. Not just one exchange has all of it.
For some other numbers as well, treasury securities, like the treasuries and like bonds market, treasuries has 28 trillion, bond market has 48 trillion or 45 trillion in the market, I guess. That's according to Fidelity and Bloomberg. So some big numbers in these markets, where I think a lot of it, could potentially flow in. Even if 1%, 2% of 45 trillion flows in, it's a lot of money. So
yeah, bro.
there's still money floating around waiting to come in, I think.
The the first 100 was a grind. The
Yeah,
second 100
it was.
could be nice and easy.
It could be, bro.
I mean, it's something you don't want to be fading. I mean, I'm sure most people in the space, certainly watching this at the moment, are already in crypto and already have an allocation, and they're probably looking for progress on other assets beyond just Bitcoin. But Bitcoin can still continue to perform really well, and it drives the overall market, and it's looking real good at the moment. So it's excellent.
Yeah, bro.
Added about 16 more lines just to make sure my lines lined up to things. Kidding, actually, the lines are fitting in there nicely.
Thanks, he was about to ask questions, dude. Oh
No, you're good.
gosh, but yeah, no, I'm
There's so
excited.
many things to
Magic
talk
line.
about over the weekend.
Yeah, I seen as far as alts go, right? I think ETH still holding below 4K, bro.
I'd really
holding.
like to see it break that level.
Yeah, I want to see it break
Like
like
hold and
44.
hold above. Yeah.
Did it not close over 4K today? Oh, yesterday? Today?
Technically,
Maybe
not even
right
on a
at-
4-hour candle. Oh, actually,
No
it broke
way.
above twice and closed above twice, but it went right back down.
Yeah, that was a little 4100 briefly, but we're back under 4K.
But the weekly
ETH
chart does look pretty strong.
ETH will break out here.
Yeah.
I think it's looking still quite strong,
Especially on the weekly. Like it's the third time it's coming to hit this zone hard. Like back in March it did, in May, and now we're back at this level again.
I'm gonna be scared if it doesn't break. Not gonna lie.
the weekly looks healthy though. It's not like we're
Like
I
if
mean,
we
I guess
do,
the wicks are double topping, but like it's just the wicks. Otherwise, you're still creating new highs, and I think that's good.
I mean, on the daily chart, it looks like we've hit this 4 times.
The daily is a little bit more pause, but even then, like I still think it's
the more it hits this zone, the weaker it gets, though. As to how I look at it.
I think it's only a matter of days here until ETH really
We
kind
need
of
to
takes
tell Michael
charge.
Saylor to start buying some Ethereum.
Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin's overcooked right now. Bitcoin's too hot. You got to get to the next asset to really rally. And I mean, ETH. When we look at crypto that hasn't hit all-time highs, because most have done well, at least newer stuff. Ethereum's got some serious movement to make, right?
Yeah,
like
I think
that's a good
Ethereum
20% move before it gets to all-time high.
I think it'll definitely be around forever. It's got a lot. There's a lot of utility behind Ethereum, so definitely not a project to sleep on.
100%.
Yeah,
How
no,
about Solana? Oh, go ahead.
Solana's been quiet, bro.
It's at a level where we could see it hold here, like this 210, 215 level.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be mad if it kept going down to like 192 to 175. Like honestly, bro. Even if it went back down to 150, I would be like, all right, that's a good scooping zone.
I
If
think
it came back down to 150 to 136, then I would, that 136 level, I'd be like, okay, I hope it really holds here.
Getting
Might
a
get
little
more
nervous.
Yeah, but ultimately, I mean, even if you throw a fib on that, I mean, a bigger retracement could happen as well. So even if it came, the 136 level is technically a 50% fib on a weekly. So it's also the 88.6 on like a daily level, or even still the weekly, just a smaller zone. So yeah, I want to see it. Honestly, I want to see it keep going down a little farther.
Yeah, right. Exactly. You want to see some more value to acquire. I definitely 186 I think is kind of where you first really look to accumulate in that range to me.
Yeah,
that wouldn't be a bad move there.
Yeah, I want to see where it plays off of like 206, 22 specifically. Just kidding. But Yeah, no, like 206 roughly. I want to see where it plays off of that too. That's kind of where it wicked down. That's also like a larger fib level. But from the
Yep.
flip side, if you were to be putting it in the down direction from like what is that, like 262 to down to about what $11 when it hit that low. But just on like an old fib. Just want to see it hold that level though. But
Mhm.
it's a little quiet. I actually moved some of my Solana positions into different projects, so I'm not even holding much Solana anymore. But that's why I really don't care if it keeps going down. Like I lost my bias, bro. Now I'm like, yeah, I would like to see it keep coming. ETH though, I want to see
What?
it hold.
Yeah, ETH needs to show strength here.
I
Yeah,
think
I want to
That's
see it
the-
hold above like it's that trend line kind of that you have on there as well.
Mhm.
the altcoins that I've been kind of paying attention to, I think if ETH continues to move up from here, I think the altcoins will as well. There's definitely been a few altcoins that have been on the move, like Aave. I mean,
God, bro.
Compounds had a good December, but like it's back at a level where like we can continue to hold here, or we could continue to go down to like $90 for that. You know, even 85 for Compound, but I think it's kind of when ETH was running, Compound, Uni, and Chainlink ran too. So, and those are like the three main altcoins I'm watching right now.
Yeah, Link went up, dude.
Yeah, it did have a good week.
Yeah,
Sipping up
Aave was
the-
one of those we were watching for as a early alt indicator. So even seeing like Aave run like that, I mean, I think a lot of it had to do. I think there was something with one of Trump's companies, or maybe it was a rumor whether it was true or not. But they bought Link and Aave, and that brought a lot of bullish momentum to the chart there. But
Yeah, I saw
bro,
that.
what a
Yeah, someone actually sent the Ether scan in our Discord. And I was like, dang, nice. Looked at it. Pretty cool to see that a wallet like that's buying some altcoins.
Yeah, post that last night. He bought Ondo Finance as well. If you guys want to talk about current movers, I mean Ondo and Hype, like Road said, Hype is going crazy right now. I was considering moving some money around and buying. It looks like they're just not.
Or
There's no red days.
before we move to Hype, interesting thing about Aave, it's another kind of pattern recognition thing here, is that it has this just this run here is like 4 days of kind of like, quick consolidation, and then this pump up, 4 days, quick consolidation, pump up, 4 days, quick consolidation, possible pump up. So, looking for Aave to continue that momentum upward. It's looking really good there. This whole kind of move there has just been as like this 4 on and then a good 3-4 day run. So interesting.
Buy some
And then,
Roads. Is that the move?
I mean, if it's leading the market and ETH looks like it could possibly break this 4K mark and all that kind of stuff, like it certainly looks really interesting, right? It could also just as easily reject and ETH reject, and we get a pullback. But the way Bitcoin's looking strong, etc., unless Bitcoin dominance kind of pushes, like, everything's kind of feeding into each other, and you look for those kind of points of confluence across the market. And I think all of that is pretty interesting there. So yeah.
You think
And
this is
then,
a higher beta than ETH? Probably, right?
kind of.
Yeah, technically, I guess, because the all-time high is like 85% away from current Aave price, 86%. And then ETH's all-time high is, like we said, 20% away. If that's what you're meaning.
No, it's more like normally how it works in traditional equities and probably in crypto as well is that if Bitcoin goes up 1%, ETH goes up like 2%, and then like shitcoins and other alts go up like 4, 5,
I see what you're
6%.
saying, yeah.
But if Bitcoin goes down, they also go down by a larger percent. So
Yeah,
beta is the measure of that
I
multiplier.
see what you're saying.
interesting.
And
Teach
it
me the
definitely
lingo, bro.
It definitely is. It definitely is.
Teaching me the
Definitely is
lingo.
a
Yeah, I
higher
want to
beta.
see. I want to see Aave Dude, it's holding pretty well above like 382, which is also a fib level. I want to see it break above that, bro. When it breaks above that, I think we could continue up. But again, I think it's the market sentiment. It's hard to say it's gonna stop when everybody keeps wanting to buy. I think a lot of FOMO is starting to enter. Dude, I've been getting more and more messages, emails, requests to talk and speak about crypto, and to help individuals as well. So it's interesting, bro. I think we could break above there super easy, like you said, Rotes, or maybe we do hold, and kind of hold off, because even ETH is still holding that level pretty well. And even if we did see the market retrace, it wouldn't be that surprising, or even be that bad.
Yeah, I don't disagree there. I don't know if you call this first week part of this pump or not. 4 weeks is kind of that's a lot for an asset to kind of continue to move for a solid 4 weeks. So maybe we get a bit of a quiet kind of for deeper consolidation here, and that's not too unreasonable to expect. Looking at historically, something like 4 weeks on Aave is certainly the most we've really seen, aside from the move in 2021, which 4-year cycle wise is somewhat interesting. So maybe we get an extended move just because it's part of that 4-year kind of uptrend and everything really starts to cook. So but that would be my only pause, is the weekly has been
It's been like
strong now for 4 weeks,
straight
and
up.
to continue that momentum up is a bit tough, right? So I wouldn't as Nancy say, just buy all in right now and say, okay, it's the move. But a little spot on Aave wouldn't hurt.
Sorry.
This breakout from this like long-term trend is like just explosive, right? Like,
Yeah, bro. That honestly, my buddy Matt, like I switched all of his holdings. He had like a couple different things in his MetaMask, and I switched them for him. I was like, "Yo, bro, I'm gonna switch these to Aave," and he's like, "Okay, I bet." So I switched them all at Aave, like his whole holding, like probably 3-4 weeks ago, bro. And he messaged me. He's like, "Dude, I officially have more in crypto now than I have in fiat."
yeah,
I was
you
like,
just 2x, you over 2x them, like
Yeah,
250% run here in the last little bit.
Yeah,
Even if
dude,
you
it was
switched them from this, like, well, I guess really you would look for anywhere around this 180 breakout, 175 breakout is where like things started to look good, even with the pullback and remove there, like right in here. Yeah, just
bro. It was
really good.
I mean, I'm here for the long term, bro. But like to see these moves and like the percentage gains, like is just gnarly, like especially in the short term. Because like to think like, yo, bro, I'm trying to be here for a long time, make money like a long term, and to see these percentage gains where you're like, holy shit, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's crazy how fast this can really move, right? It's just
Yeah.
jeez.
I felt like we were at a $50 Aave, bro, like not too long ago.
We
Felt
were
like yesterday.
just about
Yeah.
$70 in July.
Yeah.
50 bucks back in last year, but July it was as low as 75.
Yeah.
I
I have a pinned tweet on my X or my Twitter, bro, and Aave was one of them. Aave, Chainlink, and I think Aave I put at like $50, and Chainlink was at like $6. So I was just like, holy crap, bro! Like looking back at them, seeing the prices, just kind of like it's like a nostalgic feeling, bro. Almost like, oh my goodness, bro. You don't really know what you were looking at back then until you look now, and you're like, wow. But yeah, it's nice to see nice to see some tokens that I been holding for a little bit run. It's Chainlink and Aave.
what
Maker
else?
still
Maker?
retracing. Yeah, Maker hasn't really done nothing crazy this time around. Last time it had a real fast run, but again, bro, I mean, we held a fib level at 2,300, and we wicked down to about like 1710 to 1500 range. Even if we come back there again, that's long term. I think this project's going to be around for a little while, as long as crypto lending is, and like decentralized lending and borrowing. As long as that stays around, Aave, Compound, and Maker are going to be in. Liquidia probably. I haven't looked at that one.
We could
but
get a bounce right here on Maker.
yeah,
I think.
yeah.
I think on the weekly
Wow,
and
bro.
the daily, it looks ready for a bounce in this range.
Yeah.
And then maybe I move back up 2,300 and see from there.
Yeah. But
It seems like
yeah,
everything's
it's
kind of
like-
pulling back after that run today in the morning.
yeah, we're on tomorrow's
Yeah.
candle, aren't we?
Yeah, the fresh candle can sometimes be a little misleading for us.
Yeah.
You get that natural kind of pull back right off the get go, but otherwise
I mean, we
things are,
hit 410, 4,100 ETH. And now we're back down. So
Yeah, he's just holding right below 4020, bro. Doesn't wanna stay above.
not at all. What else you guys looking at?
I think Uniswap as well as a
Yep.
decent on the weekly. It looks pretty strong. It had a strong like 3 weeks, but the past 2 weeks it's been red a little bit. So I think it's at a zone where maybe we hold above, if we can hold above this $14 to $15 range, we could look for another leg back up to like, $20 to $23 or so.
I shared my screen. If you let me pull it up real quick,
Yeah, you're good.
I'll show you some. Perfect. Yeah, honestly, bro, I think a lot of these, the ISO 222 tokens, I think maybe not XRP. I want to
we
say
need to
we'll
get
see a little bit.
we need to get
Go ahead.
Coinbase to categorize those, or not Coinbase, sorry, CoinMarketCap.
CoinGecko.
They have or CoinGecko, but like they have like 50 plus categories on CoinMarketCap, and they don't have the ISO 2000 listings. And I was looking for them again here today, and I was like, why can't they just have them categorized so they're easier to follow?
That is weird. I feel like there
it's a
used
clear
to be one,
category,
too.
and maybe they have them listed as something else, and I'm unable to think of them other than the ISO 2000s. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, honestly, bro, I think there's a couple of them that I wish they would categorize them too, but maybe that's why they don't. Like, they might be like, no, we don't want to put them all together so somebody catches on. But no, like honestly, a lot of them, like what I see here on a weekly, at least, I see a falling knife, right? You don't want to try to catch a falling knife, bro. Let it fall, let it drop, hit the bottom, or wherever that bottom is. But I don't think bottom's here, but. For me, the bottom's the next level, which would be like 38 cents for XLM. XRP is a little bit different. It's still holding above here, so above 235. It holds above there, sweet. If not, I say we come back around to $2. It's kind of like a stepping stone. Is really how I use the fibs. Is I think of it like a ladder, bro. Here's a step, the next step, and I kind of use those as the levels. I used to use like whole numbers, like I'll do 2 even, 250 even, and sometimes even if you do that, or even 225, like $2.25. Use quarter numbers. It's patterns really, and for me, trading is always just the pattern recognition. But
Yeah.
for Aave, I think this is where I'm seeing that 382. I want to see us kind of hold below, or I want to see if we are going to hold below. I think we're going to stay above, or oh my goodness, stay below the 382. Otherwise, I would like to see us below through it and continue up. But that's more a little bit biased. You see Cardano, another ISO 222. I'd like to see this, right? We came up here, hit that level, almost perfect, falling down, falling knife, right? I don't want to try to catch it, but I would say even here, bro, like, this, if we even see another wick down here to 91 cents long term, I think that'd be a good DCA level. But I mean, it just depends. I mean, I wouldn't put the whole bag on it. Algorand, I think, is another one as well. but they all kind of look similar right now, other than XRP. XRP is probably the leading of the ISO 222 tokens minus Aave, but
they all have the same looking chart, right? Like this massive breakout.
almost,
Yeah.
Everyone's like, here's the utility in crypto. We're all gonna hit this utility up because we're big brain, and they all just crushed, right? And then taking profit.
yeah, bro, and they do. They all look like super identical. Especially you put them on the weekly, like it'd be hard to tell them apart if we took all the levels off.
So is the play to buy the one that's kind of retraced the most? At this point?
I would honestly, I think I'm big on Algorand. I like Algorand too. I like XLM. I like XRP. If you're looking for percentage gains, though, bro, I mean, you look at here, right? We're looking at a similar XRP, and we're still down at 40 cents, right? Everybody would have dreamed to hold that XRP at 40 cents. Well, that's kind of your token there, especially if they're in the same category. Not saying it's going to by any means, but as we continue up, bro, we just break above, hold, and I think this token's going to be around for the long term. I don't think it's going anywhere.
Algorand should have been called AI Rand or something like that, and then it would be worth so much more. Because like, what is an algorithm? It's just it's basic AI, right? Like,
Yeah,
right. If it just had a slightly different name, it would be the one.
But yeah, I think ultimately, bro, we're kind of looking like with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's a little different too. I think we hold above that 101,848. If we do, we continue up to here. But again, we're just kind of playing with areas we've never been. We're exploring, bro. We're in exploring territory. We're Lewis and Clark on the markets here. We're just kind of seeing if these levels hold, and they are fib levels, and I've been utilizing them for a while, but it's interesting to see even this right here. I had no other reason to mark this level, and on a daily you look at it and you're kind of like, whoa, perfectly stops a couple times, and we break above, and I would like to see us hold above here, retest, and continue up. I would like to see a little move down maybe over the next day or two and then continue up, but even if not, oh well. There's Garrison's beloved compound.
Yeah.
But same thing with that, bro. I mean, all these kind of look so similar, especially when you draw it up the same way on every single chart, like with very minimal.
Even Uniswap as well.
Yeah, they all look almost like a spitting image, and this is kind of where it almost becomes like, you put the square in the square hole, the circle in the circle hole, like toddler level stuff. It's really just the pattern recognition, and that's what I love about trading, bro. You can take the actual legitness of trading and investing. You take that like serious mindset, bro, and you dumb it down on as much as you can so you can understand it. I try to use a lot of analogies when I show people stuff like this, but it's just like the more you mark it up, bro, the more you show it, the more you see it, then like it's hard to unsee. It's like the pictures when you see the opposite, and it's like, oh my goodness, like even if this wasn't here, you could tell like by measuring this top or even this one, because I'm sure if we move it up here, it still hit that. Yeah, even if we use this one, it's still wicked up and touched it.
Yeah,
and that's pretty cool too. But again, this like the whole concept of fibs is pretty unique as well.
And pull up Chainlink real quick, Tyler.
Chainlink.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to go in like in a spiel on all these, but yeah, then ETH too. I want to see ETH hold like above this. Honestly, if we seen a retrace and it came back down to 37 and just held above that trend line, even I'll be bullish. But even these levels are something I really want to see us break. Chainlink, Garrison.
Yeah, pretty much it wicked up to the 786 level on the bigger time frame there, and then
perfect.
Might even drop back down to that 61.8 level at $25, like 25.58.
Yeah, almost got the exact same levels. But yeah, these are the ones we've been. I think the only other ones is really Render. I like Render. That one though, again, looks the same. I just have it drawn up a little differently. And Solana still would like to see that come down. But other than that, bro, I think something cool to look at is the total market caps with and without Bitcoin and Ethereum. Like here we break above it. It's kind of that similar pattern. If I want to see us hold above that 1.4 trillion, and I mean, these are all alts. Like from here, I want to see alts run, bro. If we hold above that, even hold above here and see a little bit bigger of a retrace, because we wicked down real quick. What was that last week? And seen a move down to that level. Still held it, but would like to see us hold that. Yeah, Chainlink looks, or Uniswap kind of similar. These I think are the 78.6, 80.6 levels, but yeah, those are pretty much all the alts, bro. That's all I'm looking at as far as charting goes. You got the XRP dominance still holding out.
Oh, actually, we won't have to pull up the chart, but I believe Filecoin, is that an ISO 222 token as well?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Could be.
For some reason
but
I
I
thought
don't
it
think
was,
so.
but
Should be able to tell by the
Yeah,
chart.
yeah.
yeah, right.
Does it look the same?
Looks like
And
it.
according to the chart,
Yep.
probably not, or it's just lagging behind.
Goodness, bro.
But it had like a good November, so I don't know. I looked at it in November at like that, like late October, right around that $3-4 range, and I thought about it. I was just like, whatever, and kind of just faded it. Just can't buy every token, so then I had a good run. Rejected pretty early, but yeah, it's hard to tell with this chart because it's especially on the daily or the weekly.
You take that away. And I mean, it's the same. It's the same as every other chart, pretty much. I mean, you see us come up here, hit that same level. Honestly, bro, we hold here. I like Filecoin still too. So I mean, honestly, dude, to see that it was up here at one point is kind of,
yeah, that's
that brings out
insane.
the degen in me. It makes me want to like, oh yeah, this might be a good buy here. Like all time high at 200, and we're at $6, bro. Like goodness, like, that's a gnarly percentage.
Interesting.
But the attention has to be there. Like I don't even know what is it, top 100 on CoinGecko? Like is there even a lot of attention on it? Is it utilized at this point?
It's top 50. It's 46 actually, but
Okay.
I don't know. I haven't looked at any news or what they're doing or anything, so
Gotcha. What about Doge, bro? How's Doge looking?
Still hasn't
come on,
moved.
brother. Come on. I want to hit 52. I wanted to see that 52 level. Come on, Danksy.
Soon.
But yeah, even to see it come back down to 31 cents, bro, I wouldn't mind that. Danksy might not want to see that, but I think it would still be healthy.
Yeah, I don't know. It's still looking pretty strong at this level.
Yeah.
I'm really looking at hype and Sui right now.
So that's on deck
For
screener probably.
for my alts to look at.
Yeah.
Or alts to invest in.
Does this say here?
Yeah, it's like on KuCoin.
Huh.
That's your still in Doge.
Oh goodness, what happened there, brother?
Yeah, hype is just a straight green up.
Yeah.
Especially if you look at the
Oh.
weekly.
oh yeah, it's not on trading view.
It's 3 weeks old. No, it's there. Hyperliquid on.
It's on
I'm looking at
TradingView.
it through.
You just gotta click it. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, it goes to the bottom. Yeah.
Dang.
Look
It's
at
early,
that,
bro.
brother.
Like it's the product
beautiful,
market fit is
yeah.
there for their solution.
There's no way for me to even do anything on like I can't even.
I mean,
No,
it's going straight up. It's going straight up.
yeah.
It has not
Yeah.
had.
Well,
There's been a
honestly,
couple
bro,
red days, but yeah.
who knows? Maybe we see a 200 push, little drop off, or maybe a dude that runs. What is it? Is it a
It's like one of the best like liquidity exchanges, dexes. It's basically like an all-in-one trading platform.
I have to check it out.
Kind of mad I didn't hear about it at the token drop.
People have been
When
using
did it start?
forever now? It's like Photon, basically. It's like Photon but better.
It's crazy.
Well, Sui already had marked up, actually.
It's up for sure.
Let's see. Let's see if it hits the extension. It broke above and held above this one pretty well.
Yeah, I'm just I still have all my bags, haven't moved anything yet. But ETH, I'm very over leveraged. I'm very heavily allocated on ETH.
I have more NFTs than I like to admit in ETH, so I'm kind of similar. But, I did take a few small profits, nothing insane, but really I'm just preparing like for these altcoins in case they dip, because they do dip pretty hard. I want to have some capital to rebuy. Even at Compound right now, I'm tempted to scoop a few up tonight, but I kind of want to see how tomorrow plays out. It looks like we're getting a little bit of some rejection on the 4-hour here, especially, well, not especially with Bitcoin, but
You curveballed me there. You went NFTs and then you went back to crypto and alts.
whoopee. We're back to
Not
NFTs.
But I think NFTs are so good to talk about right now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, how does it look?
You know,
Is that actually the chart? That's crazy.
that is the chart. The chart looks
Damn.
just awesome. This is
Wow,
the chart
bro.
that says NFTs are back in a very loud way.
Goodness.
Just the last 2 days really helped spike this up. But like, we were seeing volumes in the like 10 million. Usually when we did the Sunday update, it was like 5 million.
I mean,
It's like Gary
So
Vee.
we'd start this and we'd be
flying.
like, we would say, okay, there's 5 million ETH yesterday. There's 5 million ETH yesterday. And then now we're saying, oh, yeah, there's 50 million. Oh,
When
there's
there's-
100 million. 24-hour volume of 100 million ETH NFT. Mostly pudgy on that. When you get a whole bunch of sales in the 20 to 35 ETH range, that's gonna pump up
Yeah.
those volumes. So we will get a
100,000,
retracement in there.
Is Magic
130,000.
Eden really that low? What are people buying it on?
I'm surprised because I feel like Magic
Magic Eden does not get ETH volume at all. It's Blur and OpenSea.
That's
Blur
crazy.
gets the high sales. The larger ETH NFTs go on Blur, and all the rest go on OpenSea. And
don't
we'll
like
see that
Blur.
as we scroll through these
Really?
charts in a bit more detail. Buyer to seller ratio is still sub. To me, it's just like you're seeing just whales and smart money accumulating right now, pushing things up, and people just selling off what they currently have listed. So this will start to flip, and then we'll be in the kind of the craze of the ETH NFT market. But like, so that's flatline. Daily activity in terms of buyers and sellers. Look at this as well. Just a beautiful kind of curve up here.
Dude, we back.
And showing exactly. We're showing really good strength here over the last couple days, and really looking like the market is back. Went from 2,000 kind of buyer and sellers on each side of it, 2,500. Now we're up to like 7K. I think in the prime of the market in the past, we were in that like 8K range. So we're back, but we're still early stages. Daily sales as well, pushing up 24,000. This number will be a little bit interesting because we're not getting a lot of new drops, and hopefully we don't get a lot of new projects. Hopefully that can kind of reserve itself to meme coins, and we get more quality in terms of the NFT side of things. But I'm sure there will be a flood in of new projects coming in that just kind of take off of things. But we'll have to wait and see how that looks. But I really love the way it feels right now in terms of like pushing what was existing, pushing the quality up, and then we'll see some new projects kind of come here and there and move forward with it. When it turns to the platform, you can see here volume on Blur 68%, 58% kind of over the last couple of days. OpenSea in the 40% range, and then Punks really the only other third market that we see with any kind of volume.
Dude, crazy that
Punk.
Pudgies are almost about to flip Punks. There's still ways to go, but like
yeah. That and then I actually heard some people say I think Pudgies could flip Punks. Now, if they don't do it now, they're not going to do it anytime soon. I think Punks.
No,
Yeah,
tomorrow
that's
it's
great.
done.
Punks
Tomorrow it's gonna go down like
10
ETH, 5 ETH or some shit.
Yeah, you're probably gonna see Pudgies 15 ETH range is kind of what I'm thinking about. Maybe as low as 12. You know, that
That wouldn't be a
airdrop's
bad
gonna
retest, especially if
impact
you
a
were
lot.
looking at the chart.
Mm-hmm.
But when you think about it, the token drop, I'd say kind of dilutes it because now you have pudgies, low pudgies, and then also the token if you want to get into the ecosystem.
And the pudgy rods.
Right. So now, not like all that can't be concentrated in one NFT. So
Or could that be a good thing almost for the pudgy holders? Because if they're getting a nice bag off the coin, maybe that incentivizes them not to maybe sell their pudgies or their assets.
It's true. You know, if they, I mean, depends. If you hold multiple pudgies, you know, you're probably exiting some of them. But
Yeah,
there are
I would
plenty
be
of people
for
out there that only have one pudgy and they probably don't want to sell it. They probably want to keep it. It's currently the lead on this crypto NFT cycle, and you know, that's your current flex. Is I have a pudgy.
Yeah, it's been
right?
crazy.
So yeah, I mean, they're really strong, and the way everything unfolds tomorrow will tell us a lot on how things are looking. Ultimately, you know, we could see a lot of red on the board if Pengu doesn't come out strong. If it comes out really strong, then you could see you know, a sell off in Pengu or penguins, and even more green on the other NFTs as speculation kind of pushes. OpenSea, 70% of the actual transactions for ETH happen on OpenSea.
70%,
and only about
That's
30%
crazy.
for Blur and Magic Eden,
Wow.
1%. So that it's barely any, and it always has been. Like at its peak, Magic Eden was still like 10% at the most.
Yeah,
And OpenSea had 50%. So most transactions, most NFT transactions still happen on OpenSea. Got to think there's a lot of NFT projects out there, and so that's the way it is. Unique traders, again, really pushing. This is up to 15,000. I think 8,000 was, maybe it was unique traders was like 8K. I have to see. Looking back on this chart to what it was, but I'm pretty sure that was the 8K range. So, you know, 15,000. Again, a really nice push up here on unique traders per day. You know, doesn't necessarily mean participants. That's really important to note that people just holding aren't going to make a trade, so therefore they're not going to be counted in this. Yeah, and then the blue chip NFT index just straight up. You know, up 200%, 230% in terms of USD, looking really strong. Everything is now up except for Pirate Nation and Apes over the last week. Apes kind of kicked it off though a couple weeks ago. Prior to that was Punks. So kind of top down.
I like to see the Bored Apes back at the 18, 19 ETH range.
I think they'll move. To me, Apes have a move to 40 in them. I think is the next kind of range I'm looking at for them. So
Mutants.
You know, wait to see that. Mutants are what, 3.5, I think.
3.3. Yeah,
3.3. They should be in like that 7 to 10 ETH range eventually. So I think that's going to come. You know, so there's a lot of room for movement there. Cool Cats lead the way over the last week, but you know, Killer Bears was one I wanted to mention as one I think is interesting.
You said Killer Bears?
In a lot of ways. Killer token, right?
Oh,
that one sounds pretty good. Not saying there's a token coming for Killer Bears, but like literally, you know, Pudgy Penguins going to open the door for tokens for all NFT projects. You know, not all of them are going to work. Not all of them make sense, but some of them will. And,
my bad. I saw someone comment on the Twitter asking about like our thoughts on the Magic Eden token. It was a while ago, so I'm not sure if they're still in, but have you guys heard anything about that? I mean, I know it's dropped and everything. I guess what's the current price of it?
Yeah, I mean, I am onto Pengu and I'm onto OpenSea already. Magic Eden, especially in the ETH terms, is like you know, didn't play super well. It really played towards Solana and Ordinal ecosystem, and mostly Ordinal ecosystem. Magic Eden does a lot of things right. And so, you know, you're not going to want to full fade Magic Eden in general.
Yeah.
Them in terms of a platform and their maneuverability and ability to feature drop, etc. They're really good. And so when you consider it to something like Blur and Blend, like I kind of like what Magic Eden's doing more. I don't know what the value and utility is of Magic Eden token, but if you're in those ecosystems, I don't think it's really a bad idea to continue to be there. Although there's things like TensorSwap or Tensor that also exists for Solana NFTs, and so that one's also kind of interesting for Solana side of things. But ordinals and ordinal ecosystem, definitely Magic Eden's got a pretty strong hold there. So
I know a lot of
answer the question, but
yeah, I know some people had some good payouts, which obviously evolves to the token dropping a little bit as well from people taking profits. So I would say if you're trying to like maybe look for some on secondary, maybe wait it out a little bit, see how it plays out, try to find the bottom. Like Tyler was saying, you don't want to try to catch a falling knife. So, and I don't even know how to look at the chart, to be honest. So I think I'd probably have to go to Dex Screener.
Yes.
Sorry, what I missed. I had to go.
Talking about
Magic
the Magic
Eden
Eden, yeah. Token. Here
What?
we are. Oh yeah, so it's pretty much been straight down since it's dropped.
For what?
Magic Eden token.
Oh, that's what happens to all tokens. It's fine.
Yeah.
They have some market maker on it though, for sure.
So yeah, I would just say stay patient with that, and Magic Eden does good things, and if
it's still at a pretty good level. $3 is pretty good.
Yeah,
that's 2 billion roughly, right? So they've held fairly well in that respect. Killer Bear's up 20% to 0.4. So they're kind of interesting.
Honestly,
all of these old projects are going to get a bit of a bid. Kenpai Pandas, I think, another one that's pretty good, pretty interesting as well. What are you going to say, Danksy?
Might buy some NFTs soon. I don't know which ones though. Definitely none of the pudgy Pengu related dropped ones.
I think the easiest point of entry is something like Azuki Beans, Elementals maybe. But Beans, I think to me, Beans make more sense than Azuki or Elementals to pick up. Elementals are the replica of the Azuki. The third collection, but they're interesting.
They're already up a lot. You think they can go up another?
They're up a lot. I wouldn't particularly enter them unless there's something serious cooking there for them. Cool Cats have, you want to take a long shot on something that could really rally, then Cool Cats could be one of them. World of Women, those kind of leaders from the late 2021 cycle can be interesting. And any of those that are still, relative value to where things have risen, I think make good kind of speculative buys. But I like Azuki a lot. I have for a while, back when they were in the 5 ETH range and back when they, lagged everything else in the terms of the pump. Doodles, I think, are also still really interesting. When you start to look at these now, it's like you don't want to really reflect on where they were recently. You want to reflect on where they were, 2022.
Oh yeah, and also
kind of ceiling they have, right?
I know I missed last week because of Art Basel, and I did go to a Doodles event while I was there, and it was awesome, bro. We got to see their headquarters and stuff. They had a lot of hospitality. It was great. Like they had all the coffee cups out filled with coffee, the Arizona iced tea, and a bunch of McDonald's snacks and stuff like that for everybody to have. And they put together a really good event, and it was awesome to see their headquarters. I'm not a holder. I was able to go in. They were open arms to everybody. So in a completely free event.
They've always crushed it when it comes to events and branding, above all, right? So They're elite when it comes to that.
It was super awesome.
To
We
me,
got meet
to
some
me,
of
the
stuff.
the token play doesn't necessarily make as much sense for me on Doodles. Although
Yeah,
I'm
I
sure
think-
there's
I
something
think that
there that
token-
probably.
I think it's like that like meta right now where one person does a token and everybody feels like
That's what's driving the pump. I think for the most part is this whole idea
Probably.
that all NFTs can get tokens, therefore we're all I think that's driving the early stage of it, and that's why apes kind of lag, right? But why couldn't Yuga do like a punk
Ape
token?
2.
Punk token or something like that, right? Couldn't they find another way to
That'd
get
be
another?
disaster. I think the token thing is going to be really bad for a lot of projects.
Isn't that like don't you have to worry about
You're not
security,
wrong.
stuff like that?
It's like doing the secondary collections for projects.
It's a death
and
sentence for a lot of
it-
collections.
Yeah, exactly. It's not going to play out for everything, but that's what's going to drive speculation. And for the most part, you're selling pre-airdrop, right? Like for Pudgies to return more than the 150 odd K that they are right now, for them to be able to get an airdrop and still have a Pudgies hold a value that is sustainable is going to be really hard. And you're gonna that's always the case, right?
I think this is the high watermark. I don't think you'll ever see a Pudgy sell for over
40 ETH.
150, 140K.
Yeah, the base floor. Yeah.
Yeah. Because like once you take the airdrop out, how much ever they're getting, they're probably gonna get like 30K in airdrop on their token. Probably somewhere between 20 to 30K US dollars in airdrop. The floor is gonna drop by 20, 30K, and then that's it. Like then you have to deal with another asset. You're starting from zero. Like, what are you gonna do? Pump the token again? But the token's already separated from the NFT. So
yeah. No, I think you're right. I think where do Pudgies settle is really the bigger question. And to me,
can we short the NFT?
I don't think you'd have to have takers. You'd have to have takers on it right now, and I don't think anyone's taking that short.
I mean, people are animals.
Let's go talk to the banks.
Right.
Banksy, let's go talk to the banks, man.
No, there's probably DeFi things. I'm looking it up right now. NFTperp.com. Here, I'll show you.
Yeah, like I think Pudgies settled back down to
15-20 range.
It's a pretty big range. I think he goes low as 12.5.
Yeah.
12.5 to say 17.5 kind of thing.
But
15 kind of would be my over under on that.
I would agree
for Pudgies, and so that's a pretty large sell off. That's nearly 100K for the airdrop to make it kind of fit, right? So like that's tough. That's really tough for them to get that much, but it's not totally impossible. Yeah,
I think I might have figured out the play of the century.
Play of the century. Did you find a way to short it?
Yeah.
Okay. Short them hard right now.
That's what I'm doing. 5x leverage.
What is it, like an index?
On max leverage.
Are you
Dude, you know when the drop? It's not like I'm waiting that long with the drop. It's like I'm risking like 1 ETH to make 5 ETH.
Yeah.
I don't think there's that much liquidity here, though.
Making sure they can pay you your 5 ETH.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exciting, bro. It's exciting to see the that little like overview you have in Dune.com, bro, where it shows like the money flowing in. That's gnarly. I feel like that chart looks so different, bro. A month ago, it was like not very.
There wasn't much going on there, right? It was just kind of flat line, and we're just trying to find a little bit of positivity in the market.
Was Art Basel the catalyst?
It was before then, but yeah, I mean that was when everyone kind of realized, right? But like before then, you saw that early move on punks, like a $1 million load up on punks. Then you saw the I think it was like a $6 million load up on apes, and I think those two catalysts there kind of started to kick things off, and it started to feel like, okay, we're in the early stages of it, and you know, the market's kind of moving. And then once Art Basel kind of kicked off and Pudgy token and all that kind of stuff, everything just flew from there. And you know, penguins learned how to fly.
The Doodles Cups, the Mickey D's.
Doodles Cups, that was part of the
Yeah,
early
there was
kind of stage of
115
it.
million of them going out. I
But
believe.
Doodles didn't react to that price wise.
Yeah, that's
the
true.
price action
They
on that
didn't really-
didn't happen. They're now moving because everything else is moving thereafter.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Because like, you know, post that they actually dropped below 2 ETH again after that. And I you know, I wanted to be strong on Doodles, but I was like, well, they haven't moved above this, like, and sustained above 2 ETH. But like, I was like, you know, they, to me, you know, seem like they're the ones that can do a Pudgy move. That was before Pudgy token. So that was in this range here. And then when everything else kind of moved, when was Art Basel?
It was last weekend. I was there the 5th through the 10th of December. So
okay, so right after Art Basel, Pudgy Doodles kind of really rallied. But yeah, so you know, they were up and above and then pulled back and then really made the move. But I think, you know, you look at them, they were a previous 25 ETH, they're 22, 23 ETH kind of high water mark. There's a lot more going on for Doodles now since that time. And you know, they're positioned just about as well as anyone else, you know, say top 3 business wise, right? Maybe even higher. You know, they have revenue coming in. They have an animation studio. So a lot going for them there. Obviously, Pudgies have the toys and everything going on great there. So to me, they really work. And so, you know, risk reward, they're one of the best ones out there. I think Azuki, a little bit more risk. But, you know, I think Azuki to 25 ETH is certainly possible with anime token, etc. And then, after that, you're just digging into where you can find value. I'm not going to say Moonbirds is value, but I'm going to say something like,
I do got to bring up my beloved Quirkies as well.
Yeah, Quirkies. I think Quirkies have shown in the past that they can rally to 2 ETH plus.
I know they got a big thing working on the back end as well. So once that
a couple announcements from them, and they can get into the same conversation as you know, these NFT collections that have a established business.
Yeah,
Quirkies isn't quite there, but they've always felt like they're just around the corner from it.
Exactly. I'm excited to see how next year goes for them. So
Killer Bears, I think, is also interesting in that same respect. You know, even further down the list, Chimpers have always been active and building out their part of the business. Kenpai Pandas, I think, are also interesting. These ones from 2022 that, you know, really were grinding out a business, I think all make a lot of sense in so many ways, because they should have a sustainable business and brand, and are just looking for this catalyst to kind of drive it forward, and aren't reliant on NFT sales or anything like that, aren't reliant on some kind of pump, and that, you know, maybe they have a token, or maybe they have you know, this kind of IP play or whatever going on, that they start to drive this NFT kind of beyond. So those are the type of bets I'd be looking at. MFers, that's another one that, you know, I've always loved them, so I'm very partial to them, but you know, I think they could do some things. Now they have
a coin already.
They have a coin already, but doesn't stop them from doing another coin.
Coin? Infinite coins?
I've been seeing a lot of people talk about invisible
glitch, bro.
I've kind of been seeing a lot of talk about invisible friends as well recently. I don't know exactly why, but that's one I've always liked the art on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's certainly a lot of those that can, you know, cryptodes.
It's like
Um,
picking
you know,
altcoins, but a lot riskier.
Planetosaurs is actually another one that's really interesting. Just given the fact that they have such quality on the IP and animation side of things. Of course, they are very new in terms of cycle wise, but yeah, they're like you're at the stage where you could just point and shoot almost anywhere and see a bit of success. But and if you're sidelined, you could wait for a pullback, but it hasn't been happening.
It's risky.
Yeah, I mean, certainly NFTs are risky. Risky to wait for a
Well, no,
pullback, or risky?
I just mean being on the sidelines.
Yeah, no, certainly. You're going to continue to watch things move.
But yeah, NFTs are a little bit of a risk, but yeah.
They're less risk than meme coins. Less risk than meme coins.
Yeah, true.
The volatility isn't quite as violent. You still have the ability to move. Now, of course, the liquidity isn't there, so you could buy one and try to sell it and wait for several months to be able to sell one.
Yeah, pros and cons
you know,
to everything.
Yeah, for sure. That's where I would just be looking through your volume leaders.
Yeah.
And looking at those, it's one interesting way to approach it.
Some B3L beasts at some decent levels right now too.
Yeah.
That's one.
Beast token. Beast token.
No, dude. What I say is it's a death spiral. For all the
It's a death spiral.
For sure, 100%. Also, clip that for next year.
I tell you, if Pengu token ends Pudgy Penguins, then we are all done for.
Looks like one wallet last week swept 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 beasts.
Yeah, we got
so that's cool to see.
Coming in.
Yeah, I like to see that.
I'm still trying to figure out how to short these pudges. I can't figure it out. I asked ChatGPT already.
Funny.
Is there like an index for like the top whatever NFTs? I think that's
Dude,
the only
at
way
this
to be able
point,
to
I might
short
see
it.
if I can just borrow someone's pudgy.
Yeah, there's this index right here. I'm gonna open it up. I call it the NFT index, and you guys can buy, sell, and short it. However which way. It's gonna be the Rhodes index.
The Rhodes index.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Cool. Well, there's a DeFi index. There's actually a token, DeFi Pulse, I think or not DeFi Pulse. Yeah, I can't remember what it is. Yeah, I think it is DeFi Pulse. But it's an index for like the decentralized finance tokens or like the top whatever, and it had like an algorithm to kind of like create the index, and you could trade it. So that's why I was thinking about that too. Like maybe there's one for NFT. Good, like NFT index.
Yeah, I mean, there are platforms for that. Like, what was?
Is there?
Flooring
I think
protocol?
the one I looked at is there's no liquidity.
I wonder if you can. Is there NFTs bets on Polymarket? Pudgy Penguin floor price above 25 ETH on Friday. You can bet on that.
Oh, there we go. Let's
25 ETH?
Yeah.
There's no liquidity on this either. It's new.
Yeah, that's true. Just got created. Wait, what? Oh, estimated end date is December 20th.
Yeah, but it's launching tomorrow, so that really doesn't matter.
Yeah, there's not much. I don't think there's any liquidity in it at all.
But this is not even that good of a return. Like you get 50% if it goes under 25 and it's at 30 something.
Oh yeah, let's see. So if I put 100,
if you try to bet,
you would bet no.
Ooh, that's ooh.
You would bet no, and then you would win 50 cents for $1.
Yeah, so if I put 100 in, I'd be at 149.25.
Yeah. And dropping from what? What is it at now? Like 30
At
something?
33.
32?
33.
33 to 25 is what?
I don't know. That's not. I'm not quick math like that.
That's like, oh, I think it's doable.
Yeah, I don't see why that's not a bad little short play. I mean, you're probably what's the liquidity on it though?
1,000. You can put $1,000.
You can still do 1,000 on it.
You can look at the order book. And then everything else is like 92 cents. Oop, there's more liquidity coming in.
Oh, maybe the people watching the stream.
Yeah, I would be saying yes on that. They can certainly promise other airdrops, other tokens.
Oh, so
That
yeah,
can change
Yeah, they just
things.
run Pengu 2 right afterwards.
I mean, I got to say the highest I would expect them to be is like 20.
by Friday
The
though.
highest they would be by Friday is 20.
Damn. Yeah, I don't really know, honestly.
There's no
It'll be
way they're
interesting.
Like,
above
what else? What else are
25
you
on
waiting
Friday.
for on Pudgies? Like, that's it.
Maybe something else in Walmart. I don't know.
A second airdrop that happens like in January. Like what else?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so that could be an interesting play there.
But you're also locked in. Like, it's a 1 or 0 situation too.
Yeah,
If
that's
it's 26, you're also fucked.
true. I'd be so mad.
I'm considering it's actually better than shorting it. So, at this price, at least. They are listening to the call. They just added liquidity right when we hopped on.
There we go. It's the one. I think that it's a good way to play it. Other than, the other aspect is to look for to see how Pengu token comes out and to make a move on it. Like I said, sub 2.5 I think is kind of a fairly easy add, which is a lot. But you got to think of how much Pudgies have kind of expanded their reach when it comes to the Giphy side of things and their memes overall. That I think it has some stay when it comes to just meme coin attention in general, and that's something that they do so well, better than most. Anything else on NFTs? What else we want to look at?
I don't really got any much else. Oops.
Do we want to touch memes at all? What are our thoughts on Fog, Danksy?
It's dead.
Right? It's you don't want to see it drop below 250.
I
Is
learned my
the,
lessons about hopium on Web3 projects. It's either dead or it's ruined.
How's the chill guy?
No, you're 100% right. If you want to be part of the cult and drive that side of things when it comes to meme coins, then sure. If you have conviction in a meme coin that you want to ride or die with, then you could certainly do that. I hope you're playing with profits when you're doing that. But like Fog, and in terms of everything that it's able to do, the fact that it's struggling right now,
Like
it's tough. Pond is it's holding pretty steady at this 93 floor, I think, for the lowest price one.
I mean, I expect it. These guys are. I mean, that's what you get when $100 collection, right? There's not a lot of sellers.
Yeah, it's tough for.
I
love this one at 130 is kind of fun. Another good one at 167. There's some interesting ones listed there.
You think it's different on Tensor? But the thing about 100 collections is that like you don't want to be the guy that sells at 90. Like you don't be the guy who sells the lowest, right?
Mhm.
Because like these are all probably pretty good flog believers.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, it's. I mean, if 250 is the floor on FWOG, then this is your entry right here. But it's. I think your best bet is to toss an offer out there, put that offer out there at where's that top offer? It's so hard to read what the top offer is. It looks like 37.
I actually have no clue.
So if you put an offer out there at like,
oh yeah, if you look
60,
at the
65, something like that, and
I think
try and get.
65 is too high.
If you look at the top right there
It's
by
gotta
like
be-
the pond, it shows sell now. So 37.4 is the.
Yeah. So I don't know, Danksy. If you put it at 50, no one's taking that, right? You want it to be attractive enough that they can say that, hey, this is my last chance to get a half decent bid. And I would put it in like 65. The last bid accepted was at 70, and maybe you go 60 if you want, but 60 to 65, I think, is where you want to be in. And if you get that, then away you go. And you hope it's this one that's listed at 95. So then the floor jumps up to 130.
Give it like 6 months, you can get it for 20.
You're not likely wrong. I mean, we've seen how meme coins,
dude, you gotta strike when the iron is hot.
Yep.
I would have G'd this shit so fast if I got one. And they know that shit. They check my wallet on the raffles. They're like, this guy doesn't know shit. This guy doesn't know any fog.
He's not gonna win it because of that, right?
We're not letting this guy win.
So
for sure.
What's your favorite meme coin then, other than Doge?
How's the Chill Guy doing?
Also not as hot.
I saw a crash out guy. I saw
doing hot, but it's this accumulation.
I think this
not
can run.
Bad. Like this does look pretty good. This looks like it's ready to bounce and move.
I saw this new meme called Crash Out Guy. I wonder if that's a coin. It's like the opposite.
No derivatives, no derivatives at all. Just can't touch them. But yeah, this is. I like what I see here on Chill Guy. It's not bad. I think the only hang up on Chill Guy is whether or not the artist is gonna try and sue. It's like literally that's about it. But Chill Guy looks pretty good overall. It's a pretty good meme.
So the that crash out one I was saying, it's at a 41K market cap. I wonder if that could be an interesting play because it's like the evolution of Chill Guy.
Well, Chill Guy hasn't crashed yet though. Did I just see a
No way.
Clash of Clans?
That's awesome. I'll buy that.
Barbarian.
Crash out.
Crash out.
That second one there.
No way, it's 41K, bro. What are you even looking at?
I don't know.
Crashed out. It's crashed out. It's dead.
It hasn't had much bigger than 100K market cap. I
Is
just
that the real
saw
Kangaroo
I just
coin?
saw a meme of it today, like the first one.
That's the first and only one you'll see. There's so many derivatives on Chill Guy.
Dude, there's so many derivatives on
There's
everything.
probably like not Chill Guy too. Tall
You're
guy.
you're better off to buy actual Crash Out. Casual.
Oh shit! Damn,
That looks better.
That one's got a lot more of a market cap.
What are we looking at? What's moving? Damn, all the meme coins are down like a lot. Look at the 24-hour.
They've been weaker, right, over the last few weeks here. I think, and they kind of go through these cycles. So we're not gonna. It's not gonna be long until we're looking back and saying, "Hey, that was a really good point to enter on meme coins." And I don't think we're that far off. A lot of the meme coins are holding these kind of levels that you're like, okay, I don't want it to drop below that. And so it's either meme coins got a lot more range to fall, or this is a really nice entry point. So, if you're considering meme coins, I think this is a nice spot to add a bit of spot bags on some of the more established meme coins. I wouldn't go much beyond that. But you could be looking at some pretty good entries in the short-term range here. Meme coins aren't typically something you're holding long-term, but I think we're setting up for a possible next leg on meme coins. Like I said, most of them are looking like they've done this kind of pretty large retracement across the board, and yeah, unless they, it's possible they go further, but I don't think so. Thoughts, Danksy? What's your gut on that?
Meme coins?
Yeah.
There'll be a new wave. I think AI is still running hot.
Kinda. Look at GOAT.
Yeah, they're still running hot. I'm not
But
sure.
yeah, you're right. AI meme coins have been kind of the move, and still look.
I'm not sure what the real
fairly
tech
good.
is though behind it, or it's just fake.
There's no tech. I mean, it's ChatGPT.
Right.
Just
It costs like, I can probably sell one up for like, actually probably the most expensive part is the Twitter API. It's not even ChatGPT.
Yeah, well, and some of them are manual.
I mean, some of them are like they're copying and pasting from ChatGPT over.
They have it like going to Discord or wherever, and then from Discord they goes into Twitter.
Yeah, but even
This
pulling
chart
it to
is wild.
Discord is API.
This Moodang chart does not look great.
Someone's got to go shoot Moodang.
Just a nice little double top on the 4
Honestly,
hour.
how much do you think it costs if we go to like wherever Moodang is, just kill it, and like we like buy a shit ton of bags before?
Yo, bro.
400 mil.
Let's all buy some Moodang and go on a mission.
Just somehow grab
That's what I'm
400
saying.
mil.
I mean, if you have like, I think if you have like maybe like 500K to $1 million, it could be worth it.
Here's the one that looks good.
Damn, what's
Fartcoin.
Fartcoin doing so well? That's the real question.
Because everybody farts.
But like, it's the same guy as the GOAT. It's
There has been
true.
nothing in this world has created more laughter ever in the history of time than
Probably
farts.
true. It's probably real true.
Yeah, no, farts are king to all comedy, the history of man, woman, right? So, if there's something to move. I don't know. It's
Makes sense,
it's
I guess.
AI
But
adjacent.
this is the same person as Truth Terminal, right?
No.
No, it's the same guy that
Isn't
made
Truth
GOAT.
Terminal GOAT?
Yeah,
Fartcoin is which one like Fartcoin? Maybe
I'm pretty sure
maybe you're
GOAT
right
and
there, too.
Fartcoin are the same. Like the same guy made it.
Same AI agent.
I can't
Same
even take you
age.
guys
Going
saying
on
Fartcoin
Bitcoin.
seriously. Like, I'm over here laughing at it.
I'm pretty sure it's the same guy.
What's our analysis on this Bitcoin chart here? Is this coiling up to bounce out, or is this
That's a
dumping down?
crazy chart. Not gonna lie.
Right?
God
It's
damn.
like just all over the place. Last thoughts on meme coins. I have to bounce. It's 5:30. We've been doing this for an hour and a half. It's been great. Every week is just that much more fun.
Let's go.
It's we're right in the thick of it now. Everywhere,
To the thick of it. Into
right?
the
All
thick of
coins
it.
are moving, and into the thick.
We're
of it.
out here for sure.
What a good tune that is, too. Hey, you have kids when.
That's gonna be stuck in my head the rest of the night.
You're laying
That's a
in bed
good
thinking about
tune.
it. But yeah, no, bro, it's been a good night. I got nothing on meme coins, really, honestly. I like to keep up with them. If I see something like with Moodang characteristics, I now know, like, invest into it.
Yeah, I think to me, I think meme coins are they've been a little bit quiet outside of the AI side of it, and we're probably not far from a nice little move there on AI coins. So
I sense
I
there's
like
a
them.
new meme coin meta coming soon.
I knew.
Yeah, like
we
it
could
has
use
been
one.
quiet, so I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe
Well,
once,
it's
maybe if we see
NFT meme coins, right?
yeah, true.
Tengu,
Meme coins.
Yeah, you're right there.
We lost.
he's lost.
It's over.
Womp womp. All right, yeah, it's been a great call, guys. Appreciate you guys for doing this weekend and week out with us. Look forward to
Perfect.
next week, seeing where we're at.
Yep.
Hopefully
True.
it's up.
I think ETH
Are
will be
we-
at 5K
have we crossed-
next week.
Yeah. What's our predictions for next week?
We'll
I'm gonna say
predict
we'll be
Pudgy
right around
Penguin
the same
price for next
area.
week. How about that? Next Monday.
We'll be right around the same area for crypto coins, I think.
Are
in a
we
week
predicting
from now.
Pudgy Penguin? Penguin, you say the same area?
Pudgy Penguin floor price by next Monday.
I like the Pudgy. I would rather predict Pudgy Penguin than Bitcoin right now.
Yeah, we'll say Pudgy's at below.
I'm
By
giving
next
Pudgy's
week.
15 ETH.
15 ETH? God damn. You should
going-
really do
I'm
this
going
poly market
27,
then. 15?
27.
1.5?
1.5.
off?
50%, more than 50% off. 1.5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'll
was
go
saying 25.
27 for me.
Whoa.
I think it's gonna be. I think they're gonna get 30K in airdrop money, and that would bring them down to like 22.
Tyler, you have to go within the 20s. It seems like.
No, run up to 40. Maybe they
17 and a
just like
half.
make 2x on this shit.
Yeah, they could
Yeah,
run
well-
too. Maybe we're just sleeping. We're gonna come back next week and be like, dang it.
No way.
Yeah,
No
Should
way.
have bought a
they-
Pudgy
no
at
way
30
they get
ETH.
extra money and then run. I think Apes did. I think Apes did that. They got the ape
Ape
coin
coin.
airdrop and ran.
I wouldn't say
Dude,
I
it's
would.
tough to
I wouldn't.
predict a Bitcoin position, Rotes. I agree with you. I think I'd rather throw a Pudgy.
Right?
Pudgy
Bitcoin, I want to
prediction.
lean like towards 110K
That's what I'm
on the,
thinking.
on the positive, right? That like, in this 105 to 110, but like, would we see some flush outs in between? Very possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bitcoin volatile is super
I
volatile.
honestly think we might see 110 by Wednesday.
Ooh,
Look at the chart right now.
I
Look at the daily chart right now.
I mean, it does. Yeah, Bitcoin
Oh, yeah,
feels
we
like
are
it
on a
can
new
really
candle now too.
spike, but
I'd like to
This
see
is
a
how you
run.
get me to be bullish. You let me talk about like the majors, and I'm always bullish.
It's tough, bro. Yeah, I don't know if I want to say closer to 124 or closer to 100, bro.
124K Bitcoin.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I'd
By
like to-
next week,
I'd like to see it, bro.
what is it? Christmas miracle?
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
wait,
thinking-
yeah. What's next Monday? Are we gonna be doing it? Yeah, it's the 23rd, so we'll be doing it then.
Yeah. That's like what 20% gain in a week. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it'd be interesting to see.
Dude,
I
that
don't
means
know, I
ETH
think-
is at like ETH will be at like
5K.
6K.
I just feel like it's not going to slow down, bro. Michael Saylor's not stopping buying. It's only about 16% move.
There's got to
from
be a
current
limit to where he can find money. I think. Where does he
Not
get-
apparently not. Apparently he
Yeah.
just has infinite money.
Yeah, we'll
you can get
see.
all the money in the world.
Fuck, bro. I need to
He's
figure
gonna
out
start
who he's
coming
getting
to
money
us,
from.
bro.
I need to borrow a couple mil.
For real.
He's just
Oh,
doing a
goodness.
token airdrop. He's doing a token airdrop to himself.
Yeah, right.
That's what he's doing. I'm not joking. That's what he's doing.
That's
Really?
smart.
He's minting new tokens and then selling them in the open market.
I am elevating my Pudgy prediction to 17 and a half.
What's
think
the
we
changing?
pushed him.
What's
I
the
think we
change?
pushed
there?
him. I just-
Why?
Apes are at 18.8. And I think they're going to be in that same
I'm gonna stick with my
relative
27.
range.
I'm gonna see.
27.
If we hold that 101, bro, I'm calling Bitcoin closer to 124. But if not,
Next
then I
week?
think we could see, yeah, bro, I'm bold.
Oh shit. I'm gonna just say right around the same area.
Okay, there's some poly market bets for you.
Yeah.
You're putting your money where your mouth is.
Yeah, right.
And
That's how sure
send
you
these
really are.
bets.
There's 120K on there. Where?
Bro.
That shit.
Bro, it's like,
Kill me right
you guys
now.
are talking big game for no money. in this bet.
Bro was like, all right, you bought it, huh?
Is it
Wait,
Yeah.
did it already hit
December.
105?
Dang.
When's it by though? In December. Okay.
Didn't it hit
Holy.
105 already on this? What's going on?
$3,000 pays 25,000. If it, oh, that's 130K. Sorry, my bad.
What about the 105 one? Check that one.
105 one. That one's isn't that one done already?
Apparently not. Oh, it is
Hit it.
done. What? I can't see it on my screen. I can see it on yours.
Hit 110. Where's
Refresh it.
110?
Shouldn't this be done?
Refresh it.
So,
Yep.
okay.
Oh, dang.
Oh, could have been
Imagine
the
if
free
you put
money
your bet
glitch.
in on that. 90K.
Wow.
130K is
That 120K is kind of tempting though.
2,000
So
pays
if you-
$7,000.
Damn, bro. How much does like $100?
$400.
350.
357. 350.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, it's kind of an interesting way to look at it.
God, yeah.
Especially
it's-
with the-
I'm ripping this pudgy bet. soon.
If you're ripping the pudgy bet, you should probably rip the Bitcoin bet too.
Why?
Because I mean, how much money can you make when you just buy Bitcoin when you can get like 3x right now, 4x, 120K
I'm just gonna
Bitcoin?
rip the no pudgy bet.
Oh, rip all the bets. Okay, sounds good. Can't wait for next week. This has been fun. Catch you
We
guys
Someone
will.
later.
just bought it. Someone just bought all my liquidity. I gotta wait. They need to listen to us. They're like, these guys know what they're doing.
Yeah, we got 150 watching right now, so I don't know.
Smart money,
Lost.
making smart moves right now.
Yep.
Scared money doesn't make money.
All right, boys. Well, I will see you next Monday. Appreciate you guys as usual. Fun night as usual. And we'll see you
Nice.
124 Bitcoin next week.
Sounds good. Can't wait for it.
Yep.
See you guys.